Hi everyone, and welcome to Teacher Ivan IELTS Test Information video. Today, we'll take a look at what IELTS test is, who could benefit from taking it, the format of the test itself, and the IELTS band system. First and foremost, IELTS is an acronym for the International English Language Testing System, and it's the most widely accepted English test around the world. Now let me back that statement up with the fact that the IELTS test is offered in over 140 countries. The test can be done in paper-based or computer-based format. If you choose the computer-based version, the listening, reading, and writing tests will be done on a computer, whereas the speaking part will be done in person. The test can be scheduled any day of the week, sometimes 2 or 3 times a day, and the results will be available in 3 to 5 days after taking your test. Regarding the paper-based version, the listening, reading, and writing tests will be done on paper, the speaking test will be done in person, and the waiting period for the results is going to be longer, about 13 days. Unlike the computer-based version, the paper version can only be scheduled on Thursdays and Saturdays. There are 2 types of the IELTS test, the IELTS Academic and IELTS General Training. People usually need to take the IELTS Academic test if they need it as a part of their application to study abroad or for professional registration. The general test is usually required for purposes of migrating to an English-speaking country or for people who desire to train or study at a below degree level. One thing that you should be aware of is that each organization sets its own standards, so in some cases both academic and general IELTS results might be accepted. The test itself consists of 4 parts, and they are listening, reading, speaking, and writing. A very important thing to emphasize is the fact that the speaking and the listening parts are the same for both the academic and general tests. The listening, reading, and writing tests are done on the same day, without any breaks. The listening part takes about 30 minutes to complete. If you're taking the paper-based version, you will be given another 10 minutes to copy your answers. As for the reading and writing tests, you'll be allowed 1 hour per test, which makes a grand total of 2.5 hours. The speaking part of the test lasts between 11 and 14 minutes. The speaking test can be taken on the same day as the other tests or up to 3 days before or after them. The good thing about the IELTS test is that technically speaking, it's impossible to fail it. The grading system goes from 1 to 9, where 1 is the lowest grade and 9 is the highest. It's possible to score a 0 only if you did not even attempt the test. Now let's talk about IELTS scores and how they correspond to Common European Framework Reference or CEFR. According to the CEFR, there are 3 types of English users, which are Basic User, Independent User, and Proficient User. If we compare that chart to IELTS band system, we can see that bands 7 to 9 correspond to CEFR's level of Proficient User, which are C1 and C2. That's why those bands tend to be the most sought after ones, and not so easy to achieve. Okay guys, we'll park it here because that would be it regarding the very basic information about the IELTS test, and in part 2 we'll take a closer look at all 4 parts of the test. Even though this video is meant to be informative, and it is, it's time for a shameless plug. In case any of you are struggling with passing the reading part of the IELTS General exam, I've created a full course on that subject on my website, teacherivanenglish.com. There's a discount code in the description of this video for all of my subscribers. More courses to come. Stay tuned. And if you want to test out your English skills, you can do that for free as well. Go to my website and get my Teacher Ivan Comprehensive Placement Test. Feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more IELTS and general English related content. Bye!